And far across the Pacific sits Taupō, the third Earth's most explosive volcanoes. When it erupted 26,000 years ago, it carved lakes, mountains, and legends into the heart of New Zealand. Its later eruption in 232 AD was so bright, so violent, that ancient Chinese scribes recorded a strange red glow in the sky, unaware it came from a volcano half a world away at asterisk. In the center of New Zealand's North Island lies a peaceful lake. Clear, calm, innocent. But beneath this quiet surface sleeps a monster. A monster that once unleashed the most violent volcanic eruption in human history. Present-day Lake Taupō. Lake Taupō is not a lake. It is a supervolcano scar, a caldera so large it can be seen from space. Below it lies one of the most active volcanic systems on the planet, fed by a massive zone of rising magma called the Taupō Volcanic Zone. Geysers, hot pools, steam vents hiss in the background. This region produces more volcanic energy than almost anywhere else on Earth. And 26,500 years ago, it erupted with a fury that changed the world. Prehistoric New Zealand, dense forests, giant birds, early human settlements in nearby regions. The world was colder then, locked in the last ice age. New Zealand's forests were home to giant moa birds, massive eagles, and early Polynesian travelers along distant shores. Magma rises, pressure increases. Beneath Taupō, molten rock was building. Slowly, relentlessly, quietly transforming the land into a ticking time bomb. The ground begins to tremble. Geysers flash higher. Steam vents burst unpredictably. Animals flee into dense forest. Earthquakes rattled the land. Rivers boiled. The ground bulged upward like a balloon. But there were no humans nearby to understand the warnings. Cracks spread across the forests. Pressure built beneath a lake that no longer exists, until the crust could hold no more. Early morning. A foggy valley. A deep vibration hums through the land. Taupō's first explosion was so violent, it ejected a column of ash more than 50 kilometers high. In seconds. Massive blast. Forests flatten. Mountains shake. It was not just an eruption, it was a detonation. A shockwave raced across the island, shredding trees, vaporizing lakes, and igniting the sky. Pyroclastic flows surge at incredible speed. Clouds of superheated ash, hotter than 700 degrees Celsius, swept across the land faster than any living creature could run. The land is consumed by fire. The initial column collapses, feeding a monstrous ash cloud. Then came the catastrophic collapse. The magma chamber emptied in a violent instant. The ground sinks, forming the modern Taupō Lake Basin. Billions of tons of land crash downward, triggering the main supereruption. The world turns white with ash. Taupō blasted out 1,170 cubic kilometers of magma, enough to bury an entire country under a blanket of rock and ash. Global map animation. Ash spreads to Antarctica, Australia, South America. Ash traveled thousands of kilometers, falling as far as Antarctica. The sky darkened across the Southern Hemisphere. Nearby islands choke in ash fallout. Ocean ecosystems collapsed. Temperatures dropped. Rain turned acidic. and Taupō proved its violence again thousands of years later. A second plume in 232 CE. This eruption was so bright that ancient Chinese and Roman records describe the sky turning crimson, thousands of kilometers away. Lightning flashes inside black clouds. Ocean voyages across the Pacific, early Maori ancestors, witnessing distant ash clouds. The Oroonui eruption reshaped the Pacific. Wind patterns changed. Ocean currents shifted. Even migration routes across the Pacific may have been altered. Ash drifts across islands. Communities struggle with failing crops. And yet humanity endured. They adapted. They navigated new seas, new skies, and new challenges. Forests regrow, new lakes form. Life returns. Over centuries, the devastated landscape healed. Rivers carved new paths. And the collapsed caldera filled with water, becoming the peaceful Lake Taupō we know today. Birds fly over the lake. A tranquil mirror, hiding the fury beneath. Modern Taupō, boats, towns, steam rising from geothermal vents. Taupō is not dead. It is one of the most active volcanoes on Earth. Seismic charts show modern earthquakes. Ground rises and falls. In the last 2,000 years, Taupō has erupted 26 times. And scientists believe it is slowly recharging again. The question is not if Taupō will erupt again, but when. Taupō volcanoes is the third most deadly, catastrophic and violent volcanic eruptions in human history. It is still very much active till this day. It is like a time bomb waiting to be detonated.